PayPal has just launched their stablecoin out of nowhere. I don't think anyone expected it. There was no talks about them coming out with their own stablecoin, right? But we know PayPal wants to get into the space in a major way too. They do offer, they're like a mini crypto exchange. I don't believe they allow you to withdraw your crypto yet, but they certainly allow you to buy. So now they have this new one called PayPal USD, PYUSD, which can be used to buy crypto. And they want to make it so that their two products, Venmo and PayPal, right, you can transfer this PYUSD between them, right? And this is issued by Paxos, which is kind of interesting because according to SEC, stablecoins are securities. And this may have been in works for quite some time. Paxos was also sued for creating BUSD, right? So how come this could come out, through Paxos? I don't know. Maybe PayPal's just ignoring everything and just telling Paxos just go ahead. So it's kind of weird. But anyways, this is out. So overall, we'll see if it's just going to be used within PayPal or this will be adopted by the exchanges. Like it'll be crazy if we get like Coinbase supports USDC and USDT, right? But are they going to support PYUSD and bring out trading pairs for that? And maybe Binance and others will too. I don't know. It'll be quite interesting. So we'll see where this goes. Curve Finance, I talked about them getting hacked due to some vulnerability of their code. 73% of the hacked funds have been returned, which is good overall, I guess. But it still shows how vulnerable major DEX like Curve is, especially when the founder has put 40% of Curve down as collateral and borrowed $100 million against that, right? There was a lot of talks about how he may have been liquidated if Curve continued to drop in price. And others came in to buy Curve just to help him, right? That doesn't sound very decentralized, right? So overall, I don't know what he's going to do, but I guess this is good for people that lost their Curve, but still. A lot of these guys, they're risking it too much. Let's just put it that way. They're risking it way too much. And normally when you risk too much, it doesn't lead to good things. And then lastly, this is breaking news that just came out like minutes before my stream. BTC holders outperformed crypto funds by 69% in the first half of this year. That's amazing and pretty obvious too, because Bitcoin has been so strong. We know a lot of altcoins, some have started gaining a little momentum, but overall, Bitcoin has been the one that's been recovering. Beginning of the year, Bitcoin was at 16,000. You look at where it is now, it's almost doubled, right? But if you look at a lot of altcoins, they have not gone up equally, right? And alts are usually weak. If you look at, the past, you look at previous cycles, alts are usually weak during like the first phase of recovery, but they get really strong in the second half, in the latter half of the bull run. And so that's not unusual. Okay, so these crypto funds are populated with usually a little bit of Bitcoin and a lot of Ethereum and other alts. That's why they have not done so well. But again, this is a reason why, a good reminder why everyone should have a decent amount of Bitcoin in their portfolio, because there are many people that come into the space. They say, oh, Bitcoin's too big or it's too expensive. I'm going to just load up on a lot of meme coins, like someone's asking about sheep, right? But it's important to have Bitcoin because there will be many periods where Bitcoin just leads the way. It will be stronger than others, and that's perfectly normal, right? And we got another project, another company, I should say, that is getting involved in the Bitcoin SPY ETF. Looks like they were denied before by the SEC. Now they're getting in. I lost count, but we have like nine different applicants now, right? All waiting to be approved in March of next year, right before the halving event. And this is going to be fantastic. This is going to be really fantastic. I also saw this. Edward Snowden. I'm not sure he's considered a BTC expert, but he is definitely a big advocate of Bitcoin, believes Bitcoin is freedom, is the truth. And he'll be speaking at the Amsterdam conference later this year. Interesting. Bitcoin is free money. When I think about liberty, that is what this is all about, is freedom from permission. I agree. Interesting. But as for this next leg up, this big move, right? There's just a lot of charts that's indicating it. Besides the diminishing supply, right, and increasing demand, we know that's happening. And the fundamentals of Bitcoin, including the address count, the holders, the exchange reserves dropping, all these things continue to go upwards. The hash rate continues to go all-time high, like it seemed like every single week, right? Same thing with the number of addresses, the number of holders, the number of everything BTC held, right? But if you're looking at short term, I mentioned about boringness, there may be some volatility, but a lot of technical analysts are looking at patterns and signals, and here's one of them. If you look at what happened at the beginning of the year, right? January 2023, after that nasty FTX crash, that was pretty much the end of the last crypto winter, right? We were stagnant for a while, sideways movement around 16,000. That time was no good at all, and that was for a couple months. The crash was like in November, and then we didn't see any movement until like the very end of January. So around that time was definitely scary. A lot of people tuned in and was losing hope, and people were still spewing out that we were going to drop to 12,000 and 10,000 or wherever it may be, right? But you know what? That was the bottom, and then we started recovering, right? But when you recover, it's never just a linear upwards. There will be up and downs, and you could definitely see this trend line, right? So we're still following that. We're about to hit it, right? So you can make the argument that this next leg up is definitely coming right around the corner. So that looks pretty good. And also here's one too that shows all these, was it flag pulls or whatever you call it? No, these are not flag pulls. They're, I forgot the technical term for these. It's a descending channel. Yeah, something like that, descending channel. But anyways, again, if you draw a line, it'll be the same thing. It'll basically show this, that we are hitting this trend line, and of course we're forming higher lows and we're forming higher highs. And when we break out, who knows where Bitcoin will be. Maybe the next leg up will bring us to close to $40,000, and then maybe we come down a little bit from there, right? And it just continues forward, and it trends forward